Mike, hello. This is the follow-up video that I normally produce following a video session like we had. It normally happens that afternoon when it's still fresh with me and gets sent off. But for two big reasons that didn't happen this time. The first one is you can see from this list lots of things I previously suggested you're doing. Yeah, they're in place and they've done. The second one is I've had a client with a major problem combined with sciatica. This is the first time my brain's been good enough to make a video that will suit you. But a few afterthoughts. How are you going to survive the reliance rates down to the bottom in the short term? And my healthcare tuppence worth? Well, you've gone for domiciliary, absolutely right. You've now got 3 branches, or 1 branch and 2 chairs operating. You're showing the potential. We always knew it was there. Just it was in King's Lynn and Duncan was in between you and it. But my tuppence worth on that was a real opportunity within that is palliative care. They've only got a couple of weeks, month or 2 left to live. These very high quality people, which you've got, yeah, and it certainly justifies a different fee level. Oh, and it's not going to last forever, so people aren't committed to long-term ones. The rest of the business, you said, can't rely on bread and butter anymore, pulling in the big contracts. Some were necessary. We need to talk about that, because that could be one where the organisation isn't ready for it. Now then, let's make the links with some of the videos that I send to my Machiavellian chief execs. You're good at driving change, but there could be a few extra wrinkles in there. I think there's not one of these that's more than 6 minutes long. Yeah? Recognise you're a chief executive and time's an issue. Major account magic. The more I've thought about it since, the more I've thought that this one and the implications could be the most important one. Yeah, we've talked about it before. Again, stuff got in the way. Using that properly now could really open that up, and of course means that you don't have to do a reorganisation. You can do it within your existing setup. But we probably play that one, look at it, and then there's other things I can send you and talk to you about it if that rings a bell. Reviewing performance. Have a look at this one. You could put this in for each of the people reporting to you. Makes your life easier on reviewing. Totally action focused. Really cool and very flexible. Again, it might need a bit of a follow-up conversation. I've got some ideas about what your objectives might be in a couple of areas. Praetorian Guard, I think, is less important to you than to other clients, but I've put it in because you might make the choice on that. Your organisation isn't big enough at the individual levels for I think it to be necessary or useful, but it might be at top level. Yeah. And here I'm thinking that you've got a good team working for you, but they're all very busy running what they're supposed to be doing. Are the things that you've been on your list that you want someone to do? That might be an area. So again, we could talk about that one, or you could just say, no, it's not right. This is what we do, or what we're offering the big companies, and it is going so well. I've got a brilliant guy, Sir Eric Peacock, that's picking this one up now. And we are getting some massive clients. It could help in those 2 areas. Those could be projects. Now then, what a difference. Fantastic. Clean, tidy, workmanlike, client-focused. So just a few suggestions. The usual one is still there. I, we, the company, reliance, blah, blah, blah. The to-you ratio is poor. By the way, you might send me the link for the healthcare so I can have a look at that. People buy people. There aren't any. Yeah. That was totally fucked up by someone commissioning those morgue cartoons because they didn't want the photos taken. But the right photo or the right cartoon with a quote next to it really sells, this is the person that will be dealing with you. And I think you're missing a trick there at the top. If you're going to use stock photos, I don't like them because I think it almost says we don't care, but they're good stock photos. You could overlay in white there happy quotes in italics, in quotes. Yeah, and those could roll round. Having said I-we ratio, my turn. This is what I'm doing. So the Machiavellian stuff, the things that I'm talking to you about, that's what's going in with the big clients, particularly the Praetorian Guard. And they only get Machiavelli under plain brown wrapper, and they're told, please don't pass this name on. So it's boss whispering. Those are the people we're going after. And what we're doing, Eric's going to be doing, is he's going to recruit, set up the Praetorian Guard, and then unleash the bastards. So very, very exciting. Should see me out. For the rest, for the 24,000 followers, and it could be a lot more, we take away Machiavelli and it's replaced by humour is the big thing in there. Humour is a deadly marketing weapon, or as a weapon of mass instruction. Probably the most popular on the tests. I'm talking to Cambridge University Press there for ebooks is I want to do Pucker ebooks, which really are ebooks, not just a book with a few links in it, not just a downloadable wodge of text, but something a lot more exciting. And the one that they really jumped at, obviously because of the names, was what comedians could do for managing their audience. And fortunately, they're all dead, so copyright isn't an issue, with the exception of Billy Connolly, from whom I have permission. And the other one is, what do you do to create unquestioned authority in your first 3 days? That's for the new boss, but more limited. So that's it. There's more stuff where you see this sign. That's a quick link. Apologies for the speed. No rehearsal. Banged out the slides. Got it off to you because in my book it's already 3 days late. Let's talk when you've had a chance to mull. Rock and roll.